Hi everybody, it is April and I am doing the tutorial today that is the alphabet dies, or we are using our Cricut Explore instead of using actual alphabet dies. Originally Jennifer McGuire did a tutorial on making some cards with large alphabet dies, and I have adapted the same type of cards but created the letters using my Cricut Explore. So the first thing I did is I went into the Shapes tool and I inserted a square, and then I clicked the edit icon on the menu on the right hand side of Design Space in order to create a rectangle that was exactly the size that I wanted. After that, I clicked Add Text and typed in the word hugs, which is going to be the sentiment for the card that I am doing, or cards that I am doing with the Explorer. And again, I clicked the Edit key in the menu on the right-hand side so that I could change my font to the Impact font. That's a very thick font, and that's what I wanted in order to create these cards. And I'm scrolling down through the options. There are options as far as text from Cricut, and any fonts that you have on your machine will also be options in the edit function for text. So now I am messing around with my text. I can use line spacing and letter spacing in order to get my letters closer together or further apart. If I had a sentiment that was more than one word and one of the words was under the other word or words, I could adjust the line spacing to bring them closer together or move them further apart. So here I am editing my card base. I guess maybe I'm just checking to see if it's the size that I expect for it to be. And I've put the word hugs in the center of the card, and the plan for this was to make the hugs inlaid into the card base. Now I want to make the best use of my 12 by 12 paper, which is what I'm going to be cutting out. So I will be creating more than one hugs cutout, and I'm trying to center my hugs in the center of the card base, and I can do that by using the Align tool. Now I have put those two together. I've grouped the hugs with the card base so that I could move it around on my mat and place things where I wanted them to go. Although the Cricut Explore, the Design Space actually, does have a feature where it will put things in what it considers to be the most economical as far as your use of paper. And my mat that I'm working with is actually larger than 12 by 12, so I'm trying to align all of my words and card bases within that 12 by 12 and not going over the 12 by 12. So here I have duplicated or copied and pasted the word hugs, and that is so that I can stack them on top of one another, which is another technique that Jennifer used in her video, and I will link back to her original blog post and or video so that you can see where I got this idea from originally. She is the technique queen, I must say. And here I think I was trying to set my canvas, my mat, to be a 12 by 12, and I didn't really ever figure out how to do that. So I just ended up playing with it. I also noticed that my hugs was not grouped together. So when I went to make my project, it put all my G's, it put all my S's, then it put all my U's, and then it put all my H's, which would have been fine for the words that I was going to stack on top of one another, or the letters that I was going to stack on top of one another, but it wouldn't have worked out so well in cutting out the hugs on my card base, that rectangle that I created that was going to be my card base. So what I did is I selected them all and I attached the letters to one another. So when I went and clicked go, that first hugs that I had attached, the H and the U and the G and the S, all those words came out, all those letters came out in order. So then I went ahead and I did the same to the other hugs. And then slowly but surely I worked my way through it, because if you notice I've got hugs and hugs and hugs, but then the hugs that was supposed to go on the card base ended up not being cut out of the card base. So I had to go back sometime very soon. I will go back to my mat and I will attach the word hugs to my card base. So here I go back to my mat and I click on my hugs, and then I click on my rectangle card base, and then I click attach. And that has happened to me before when I have purchased SVGs from outside of Design Space, and the dashed line or the perforated line wouldn't be attached to, say, my envelope. And I would have to select the dashed line and my envelope and attach those in order to make them one entity. So now I go back to my mat, and you will see that there are the letters that make up the word hugs, 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 which is perfect. And then I click on my second mat, and there is my card base with the hugs attached. So the hugs will be cut out of my card base. So now I'm going to save my project so I don't have to do this again, and I go into File, Save As. I can name it whatever I would like. There's an option to make a project public, and I believe that you can't use any of the images that you purchase in Cricut Design Space in order to be able to make that public. I used a shape from Design Space, and that could be why there wasn't a checkbox in order for me to make this public. Thank you for watching my video tutorial. From this point forward, I'm going to link you to the video where I took what I cut out using my Cricut Explore and also my silhouette to create the cards like Jennifer McGuire. Please hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and the like button if you like this video. Have a great day. Bye.